And you're going to just sit up at the fronts of your sit bones with a really long back. And take a big inhale through your nose. Feel your rib cage expand three-dimensionally like you were blowing up a balloon in your chest. And then an exhale through your mouth and really push all the air out of your mouth or all the air out of your lungs. And again, inhale through the nose. Expand the chest three-dimensionally and exhale a little bit forcefully through the mouth like you were emptying out. One more time. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to add in some arms. So this is a great way to start firing up your back extensors. Inhale, the arms reach up, and you should just feel some work through the back side of your body, your upper back especially. And inhale, lower the arms down. And we're going to do that again. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We'll do 3 more. 3, 2, and then 1 more. Okay. And then interlace the hands all the way so that the webbing of the fingers pushes together, and just take your hands behind your head. Push your head into your hands into your head. I'm going to scoop my legs out a little bit because I'm feeling a little jammed up in my hip flexors. So, if you are feeling pinching in your hip flexors, just inch your legs forward a bit. And then lean back like you were on a hinge. So try to keep the back straight. You probably won't be able to go that far. That's totally normal. This is as far as I can go. And then come back up and hinge. So you're just trying to kind of lean back with a flat back. Your hands in the back of your neck are tracking together, and then come back up. And we're going to do 3 more. So 3, lean back, exhale up. Lean back, exhale up. One more time, lean back, hold it, breathe 3, breathe 2, breathe 1, and come on back up. And then reach your arms forward so that they're parallel to the floor. You're going to pull your belly button in tightly. And we're going to lower down all the way to our backs, but we're going to go really slowly so that you work all the way down. So lower down for 3, lower down for 2, lower down for 1, and pause. And then go ahead and lower all the way down so that you're lying on your backs. And then take your legs, we're going to move into the pelvic curl. So you're going to take your feet, they're not directly underneath your heels. I'm sorry, your knees are slightly in front of your knees, but not by much. And then you want to have this neutral position with your pelvis, which means there's a little bit of space between your low back and your mat, just a little. And then we're going to roll up one bone at a time. So the low abdomen initiates the movement. So the low abs contract and the pubic bone comes up to the belly button and the low back pushes into the mat. And then peel up one bone at a time until you have a diagonal line from the knees to the shoulders. And then inhale and pause, belly in tightly, lower down, one bone at a time, all the way back down to that start position. And at the very end, the tailbone drops, it's heavy again. So you have that space between the low back and your mat once again. Exhale up and pause, and then lower down and pause. And so we're going to keep moving through this. Come on up. Hold it up so you feel your glutes holding you up, you feel your hamstrings working, and then keep drawing the legs together so that they're always about a fist distance apart. Avoid letting them open out. And you'll feel a difference as you adduct the legs, as you pull in, you're going to feel more work through them. And then lower down, one bone at a time. And once again, at the very end, the tailbone drops. It's heavy. Inhale, pause, and exhale, roll up. Inhale, pause at the top. Exhale, roll back down and pause at the bottom. Come on up. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, pause at the top. Exhale, roll down and pause at the bottom. And let's do this. Let's do one more time and then we'll do a variation. So come on up. hold it up, and then roll down and hold it down. And now I want you to, I do want you to open your feet out a little bit this time. So they're going to open up a little wider, and you're going to turn your toes out and your heels in. So you're kind of in like a V shape with your feet. So toes out, heels in, and then roll up and pause and roll down and pause and roll up and pause. And this time pause and lift your heels up. So you're on your tippy toes, but you still have that angle. So the knees are opening out a little bit. And then you're going to lower the heels and lift the heels and lower and lift and lower. So you should feel some activation with the glutes and the hamstrings. And let's do 5 belly in, keep the belly firm. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the heels high, lower down, one bone at a time, all the way back down to that start position. So the pelvic curl is actually that's the exercise we're doing right now. It's one of my favorite stretches that we do in Pilates. And I almost always do it before my back bends in my yoga practice as well, just because it feels so good and strengthening for the backside of my body. Let's do a couple more variations here. So you're back to your legs being about 1 fist distance apart. You're going to roll up again and find the diagonal line from the shoulders to the knees. Everything keeps pulling in. Push into your shoulders. Lift your right leg just a tiny bit off the mat. Put it down and lift the left leg just a tiny bit off the mat. So you're doing just a tiny little march. It's a tiny march. Push into your shoulders, push into your arms. Keep drawing the belly button up, and just as you're here, try to look at your hip bones, look at your pelvis, and see if you can keep it steady. I know it's hard. And let's do 5 more. 5, try to keep the pelvis steady. 4, 3, you're doing great, you're doing great. 2, and this is going to be our last one. And then lower all the way back down. And then this is the last variation we're doing here. You're going to roll up one more time. This time you're going to interlace your hands and put them behind your head. And we're going to do a chest lift that's for the upper abdominals. So you're going to try to keep your hips and your legs still, and then you lift up just an inch or so, and you're going to kind of work this area right underneath or right around the rib cage and lower down. Exhale up and lower down. Try to keep your lower body still. And let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more time, and 1. And then lower everything down. And just use your legs like windshield wipers. Just sway from side to side a couple of times so that you can release the back, because that is a lot for the backside of your body. So just a few times back and forth. And then we'll do some oblique work from here. So we'll keep your hands behind your head or put them back there if you move them. And you're going to come back up into this tabletop position. So 90 degrees at the knees, 90 degrees at the hips. And you want your thigh bone basically perpendicular to the mat. Head and shoulders float up off of the mat here. Left armpit reaches outside the right knee, and you're looking for some crunching right through here. Inhale to the middle and switch. Inhale to the middle and switch. And remember, you're reaching with your armpit, not your elbow, and that gives you better rotation and ultimately a better twist. And let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the first side, and now pull the knee toward the armpit. Keep the back of the neck long, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. And we'll do 10, 9, 8, keep breathing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then hug your knees into your chest, and we'll take a quick little break here. And then what you're going to do is your legs, you can put your feet back down. You're going to take your arms along your sides. Head and shoulders come up off the mat. If this hurts your neck, remember you can always put your head on a block. The chest lifts that we're doing now, like this can definitely strain the neck a lot. So if you wanted to, you could do something like this, or you could even just leave the head down. We will change directions in a couple of moments, so don't, we're not going to be here that long. If it's bothering you, you can just modify for a second, because I know, Robin, you have your neck stuff going on, so some of this stuff can trigger it a little bit. One way you can help with that is if you're feeling a lot of strain in the neck, you kind of keep the chin tucked down to the collarbones a little bit more. And remember, when you're flexing your back, when you're coming to that chest lift position, it's really about contracting the abs, not reaching with the neck. So you wouldn't want to do this, for example, what I'm doing right now, if you can see me, like that hurts the neck a lot. Instead, you kind of tuck the chin in and then curl up like this so that it's the shoulders lifting up, and that makes it more sustainable, and you're kind of looking right at your pelvis. So we're gonna do one here like that, with that position of the neck. Head and shoulders come up, you're tucking your chin and looking at the pelvis, and the arms reach. They're reaching outside the legs. And then I'm gonna kind of swivel over to my right side. So my right arm reaches a little bit more, and then I swivel over to my left side. So my left arm reaches a little bit more. And I switch, and I'm just kind of swiveling back and forth here. So it's a small movement, but you want to feel the obliques engaged for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lower down, stretch your legs out long on the mat. Take your arms up over your shoulders. We're just going to roll up to a seated position. The arms lead, the head follows, and exhale, come all the way up over your legs. You can do a little bit of a back forward bend here to stretch the back, and then stack yourself back up. So we're going to do a little bit more oblique work here. I'm going to face you for this one. You're going to make little genie arms here. So just, you're basically grabbing opposite elbows. And then it's like you had a pole going straight through you. So you want to kind of be rotating on this pole, twist over to the right, come to the middle, twist over to the left, come to the middle, twist to the right, twist to the left. And now we're going to add to this a little bit. So twist to the right, kind of lean back a little bit as well. So I'll show you my size so you can see. I'm not leaning too far, but a little lean and twist. Open the arms, close them, come back. Go to the other side, open the arms, close them, come back. And switch, and open, and close, in the middle. And twist and reach, close the arms, come back to the middle. Let's go to the right again, and reach, and close, and to the left, and reach, and close. This is going to be the last one in each direction. And then this is the very last one. And then you can sit up tall.